Hi, it's June from Paintspotsandpaper. I've decided to come out for a bit of a stroll round our woods. This is my usual path, and although it's all still pretty frozen, we've got a bright sunny afternoon today on the island, but it's still quite frozen from the frost this morning. But I think my normal path down here is going to be too treacherous, so I'm going to go off the beaten track and go on to some of the other paths in the woods. And this is quite a new wood, it's a very young wood, so the trees aren't huge. Obviously there's a lot more covering in the summer. There's a few catkins left on a tree over here, and I'm not sure I can get through this way, but I'm going to try. I know there's other ways through into the wilder bits, but the track down to them is very slippery. Now I think this one's a bit of a dead end, but I've come out here, and although you can hear the traffic in the distance, unfortunately, but even so, it is a place to get away, get into my own thoughts. It's a lot more quieter down on the beach, but that's going to be a bit too cold today. But I will take you down there one day, because it is very, very nice down there. All you can hear is the waves crashing. It's beautiful. As I say, I thought this would be, I needed to get out. My little dog needed to get out, get rid of some of her winter fat, I think. And she's all dressed up in her coat, so she's nice and warm. I have got grippy boots on, but if you hear me scream, you know I've gone flying. Yeah, and I think this is just getting in amongst nature. It's just so relaxing. You can't help but take your mind off other things. Now it looks like I've got a little path here that isn't so muddy, so I'm going to go down here and have a walk through. As I was saying, this is a young wood. It's only been here. I'm pushing my way through branches. That's it. Through there. It's a young wood. I think it's been here about 30 years. But it is lovely, both summer and winter and in the spring. And here's some more of those really pretty catkins. And they planted all sorts of trees, hawthorns, and we get rose hips, and we get trees with berries on. I don't know what they're called. As you can see, we've still got a lot of frost down here, further down in the wood. And there's also apple trees, which is lovely. They're obviously cultured, but then they've just been left to grow wildly. I don't think they're tended to at all. But you know, if you want, you can come down and have a couple of apples and that. And another thing that's lovely about this, I don't know if I'll be able to find much of it, but people, I don't know who, I don't know if it's children, who it is, but people put things up in the trees, which is rather lovely, and they're never left to rot, nothing's left messy. But as you can see, somebody's crocheted a really sweet little bumblebee, and there's a little tassel up there. I'm not too sure what this one is. I think it's a flower. No, it's a butterfly. It's a butterfly. There, you can see it now. And as you can see, it says welcome to the fairy garden. And I think this bit is normally the fairy walk. Throughout the year, people put little houses and things and front doors and out against the trees, and it's lovely because nobody touches it, nobody harms it, and it's beautiful for the children. And sorry, I hope I'm not spinning you too much. And well, I think it's lovely for adults too. I know that Halloween they have all sorts of things hanging from the trees, ghosts and monsters, and they have like tombstone signs saying beware the zombies, but I think they've probably been taken out by now. But as I say, it's really lovely the way it's looked after it. You know, it's just, as I say, some things are done by children, some things are done by adults, and they're left here. And what's this say? There's another sign up here. How many thistle fairies can you find? I think that's relevant to part of the name of the area, but it's probably, some of it's quite a bit worn at the moment where it's been here probably since last summer. But there's another little tree, and somebody's put a little wooden bird up there. So sometimes there are some beautiful things. I mean, there's always something down here. I'll bring you back down in the summer and show you the other things. Someone's put an apple in that tree. It looks like a little signpost, but it's all, yeah, and we've got a bit of pagan there, and I'm all for that because I was born on the 31st of October at 12 o'clock, so it's very apt for me. I'm a Halloween baby. Not so much of a baby now, unfortunately. Here we go, we've got some more bits here. And the first time I saw all this, I just couldn't believe it. And the way that people respect it and it's left untouched. And it is absolutely gorgeous. And it just takes your mind off the everyday problems, I think it does. There's another, oh no, it's not a pagan one actually, is it? Because it's got 6 points. So no, that's I think that's the Star of David, isn't it? But I don't mind that either because I've got Jewish blood in me, so there you go. Yeah, sometimes you do get a bit of pagan bits put up, but you know, it's all very nicely done and it's not harmed. Here's something that someone's put up here. Little fairy tree. There's a dragon, I think that one is. What a bee happy sign. Oh, this is lovely. It says fairies sleeping, and that's their little house, and that's my little dog nosing at it. And obviously done up for Christmas. Some little shells hanging on the tree. There's another little fairy up here. It's just so totally magical, and people make these things. And people put these things here, and as I say, it's just lovely because nobody touches it. And as you can see, I mean, it is starting to get quite a large wood now. It is apparently 32 acres of woodland. I didn't discover it until about 4 years ago when I got my dog and started walking her, and then I walked up this way one day and discovered these woods, and it was, I just loved it. And even when it's like this, a bit muddy and that, it's not too bad. If you get off the beaten track a bit, it's not too bad. And it is just, and of course there's less people though. You don't usually come across many people walking around here. You see them in the open areas, but it's mostly the odd dog walk around here. But I mean, this is good for the soul, and not only that, it's exercise. And I did promise myself that I would do more dog walking this year because I need it and my little dog needs it as well. And as I say, it's not just good exercise, it's I don't know, even with the traffic in the background, that just goes out of your mind after a while when you're walking around, and it's just so pretty. And so, I don't know, just feels so peaceful. Even though it's noisy, it's peaceful. And you can, you know, just sort your mind out, anything that's going on in it. I mean, I haven't been sleeping very well for the last couple of nights. In fact, one night I was up nearly all night. and I didn't go to bed all day either. I thought, no, I'll stay up, and I did sleep better that night. But yeah, and it was just lots of silly things niggling around in my head, all sorts of silly little things to do with everything, life, my art and crafting, and yeah, this is what I needed, to come here and clear my head. And I think I'll do another walk in the week down to the beach, and that really does that. I mean, well, if it's windy, it blasts any problems away out of your head. It really clears the cobwebs away, so to speak. But yeah, it's really wonderful. And yeah, so this is just a quickie, just to take you for a walk around my woods on a cold, still frosty January afternoon on the island. And I'm going to continue now my walk. There is some more of the fairy walk that goes further up, and I think perhaps, yeah, we could go up there and have a look. Oh, nearly tripped up, nearly swore as well. Excuse me. But yeah, it's just lovely, isn't it? So I'm just going to walk a little way and let you see what there is. Obviously trees and lots of trees, but yes, it is lovely. And I highly recommend it, I really do. It's just so nice, and I love these. They're my favourite trees, silver birch. Absolutely adore them. I've done a painting of them, and I've got another couple in mind to do, but they are my favourite trees, and they're my favourite trees to paint as well, so double whammy there. Just going to walk on a little bit further. And in the summer you get all sorts of wildlife here, or in the spring, squirrels and such like, all sorts of birds. We've got like a wetland area literally, you know, about half a mile from here, and we get all the water birds, and we sometimes get sparrowhawks and some of the larger birds. We get pheasants in our garden, and we get partridges, and yeah, so some of the birds end up in the woods later on in the year. And yeah, perhaps one day I'll go down to the wetland and show you that, because it is beautiful. And what I'm going to do now, sorry, spinning you again, I'm going back onto the track, or the safest bit of the track. There is an awful lot more of this wood to see, but it's a bit cold and my hand's getting a bit stiff holding the camera up to show you. Yes, I hope you've enjoyed this quick tour of a tiny bit of my wood, and one of my places where I escaped to sort my head out. And as I say, I highly recommend it, or just anywhere really where you can see a bit of nature and greenery, and you haven't got loads of people around you or loads of chaos around you. You know, if you've got a mess indoors that needs clearing, you can't see that, you haven't got to worry about it. And the fresh air and the little walk will do you the world of good. So that's just a little tip on well-being from my opinion. So if you can, even when it's cold, I mean, I've wrapped up really warm, I've got several layers on, and I mean several layers on. Even my little dog's got her coat on. Where is she? There she is. There she is, in her little winter coat that she got for Christmas. And yeah, get out there. Get out there. There is a lot to see. Next time I come round here, when I will be coming round before then, but when I come round in the spring and things are starting to get leaves and it's all starting to sprout up and we get the wildflowers and that, I'll take you for a longer tour around. And yeah, it's really lovely. I'm so glad I found this place. As I say, I could do without the traffic, but it really doesn't bother me because there's not people. And when you can get away from people and get away from problems and home and everything, even if it's only for an hour or so, it does you the world of good. Well, anyway, I'll leave you in peace now because my hand's about to freeze. And if I stand here much longer, I'll be here permanently holding a phone, like something out of Narnia. So, anyway, take care, everybody, and try and get yourselves out. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.